You know, some debates in Congress come and go, barely making a ripple outside D.C., but every so often, a single speech lights up the national conversation. That's what happened when Wisconsin's Glenn Grothman took the House floor, standing up for a bill that's both controversial and, as he put it, just common sense. Grothman was speaking in support of a bill from Marjorie Taylor Greene, one that aims to limit medical care for transgender youth. Now, this isn't just about politics. This is about how we protect kids and who gets to make life-changing decisions. Let's get one thing straight. This bill isn't about denying care for the sake of it. It's about asking if it really makes sense to let kids as young as 13 or 14 take powerful drugs or undergo surgeries that can't be undone. For Grothman, that's not just risky, it's a step too far. He says this legislation is a shield, not a sword. Kids deserve protection, not experimentation. Grothman's speech hit a nerve because he talked about culture, how today's young people are surrounded by strong messages from schools, counselors, therapists, even celebrities. And when being different becomes trendy, or celebrated by pop culture, it's easy for vulnerable teenagers to feel swept up in something they might not fully grasp. He points to recent stats showing the number of young adults identifying in new ways has suddenly dropped. What does that mean? For Grothman, it suggests we're looking at social influence, more than biology. And when some teens end up on lifelong medication, even after surgery, he sees that as proof these fixes aren't as natural as some claim. It's a call for caution, not condemnation. But this isn't just about numbers or theories. Grothman shared stories, grandparents worried sick, families feeling powerless as a loved one heads down a road with no U-turns. These aren't just statistics, these are real people living with the consequences. The emotional cost is deep, and it lasts. Supporting this bill, Grothman said the Senate needs to act with common sense. He's not naive. He knows it might not pass. But the message is clear. When it comes to protecting kids, politics should come second. Ignoring worried families or letting kids make decisions they can't reverse isn't leadership. So, whether you agree with him or not, you can't deny the stakes are high. Grothman's speech backing Marjorie Taylor Greene's bill is about more than law. It's about stepping up, having the courage to say slow down, and remembering our responsibility to the next generation. History will judge whose side was truly common sense. If you care about debates like this, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Friend, Mr. Grothman from Wisconsin.
Gentleman from Wisconsin is recognized for 2 minutes.
I'd like to thank my friend from Georgia for introducing this bill. It has so much common sense, and it is so scary that our country has gone so far downhill that we would allow young people, sometimes as young as 14 or 13-year-olds, take powerful drugs, puberty blockers, or do surgeries on them in the name of this idea that we all of a sudden have this epidemic of transgenderism, something that nobody ever miraculously seemed to know about 50 years ago. But instead, in our society, we have all the helping professions, the guidance counselors, the psychologists, the psychiatrists, as well as our pop culture icons from California, out there pushing our poor young people into the idea that it's cool to be transgender. And the fact that recently it's come out, the number of kids who are transgender, and I think it is 18 or 19-year-olds, has been cut in half, which proves what anybody with common sense knew all along. There was a cool thing created so that young people could say, look at me, I'm transgender. And some of these kids, their life is ruined. It's a testament, by the way, that this is not genetic, when all you have to do is look at the fact that these kids have to continue to take powerful drugs even after surgery. If it was a natural thing, you wouldn't have to keep taking the drugs. So in any event, I strongly hope that we take up this bill. I should also point out, last year doing doorbells like politicians do, I ran into 2 grandparents who had one granddaughter, one grandson going down this rabbit hole, and I felt so sorry for them. Because when somebody makes this decision, it affects not only themselves, it affects the whole family. And in any event, I'm glad the bill's introduced. I hope they have the common sense in the Senate, probably won't, to pass the bill.
Gentleman's
So
time
thank
has
you.
expired. Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.